Alright, first we're going to start in our lab here on part 1. We're going to test for sugars using Benedict's solution. And one thing I have all ready to go is some boiling water, or almost boiling. We need test tubes that are marked 1 through 10. And as you can see, I've already numbered those. We'll be dropping 10 drops of each test solution into our numbered test tubes. You can see our test solutions are down over here on page 27. 1 being distilled water, number 2 onion juice, 3 potato juice, 4 cream, 5 colorless non-diet soft drink. We'll be using 7-Up. And a colorless diet soft drink for number 6, again, diet 7-Up. A glucose solution, fructose solution, remember those two are simple sugars. And some lemon juice and starch. And you probably can hear the pot starting to heat up. That is, got our heated water that will be needed coming up. So, first of all, add 10 drops of each solution into our numbered test tube. So we'll start there. First of all, we have our distilled water, and that is going into test tube number 1. It's about 10 drops. 10 drops of our onion water here. It's real delicious. This goes in number 2. Test tube 3, potato juice. 4 cream. 5 is our 7-Up. 6 is our diet 7-Up. Hopefully I'm counting these right. Number 7, our glucose solution. Number 8, fructose. Juice. A little extra since some of those were bubbled. And then we have our starch solution, number 10. Oops, I thought that was going to be a dropper, but I guess not. We'll pour a little more in. Alright, and our water over here is starting to boil. So I better get going. Alright. Next, add 10 drops of Benedict's solution to each test tube, then agitate a little bit and record the color of the mixture. Turn down my water there. Alright. So I'll hold that against the white background here. So this is Benedict's qualitative solution that I'm using. Alright, and I will let you record the color that you see here. Get a little bit whiter of a background. There you go. But again, that was test tube 1, just the distilled water. And remember, that will go in your data table under initial color. Test tube 2. So it's just a little bit different color than number 1. More of a greenish blue than number 1. Record that. That was test tube 2. Test tube 3. Actually, that almost looks a little cloudier. Test tube 4. And we've got ourselves a little bit of a color change going on here. A little bit of a darkness to it. Test tube 5. Seven. Eight. Nine. So we got something going on here. Almost kind of a green yellow. And 10. Alright, so you should have listed the results of doing that in your lab book under initial color. Now we're going to heat them, as it says in our lab manual to do. Heat the test tubes in the boiling water bath for about 3 minutes, which is what I will do. This over so you can watch. This will be an exciting 3 minutes. like our water's not boiling, but we're definitely getting some results here. And it has been about 3 minutes. Let's see if we can check it out. Test tube number 1. That was the distilled water. Looks like that is still about the same color of blue as the Benedicts was. Test tube number 2. So we've got some good results here. That was our onion juice. And you'll notice there's some chunks in there. That's called a precipitate. That's a solid that forms after a chemical reaction. That actually looks like we're supposed to write down whether we've got orange, red, or brown color. So I would say the actual liquid is probably more of an orange, but the precipitate in there is getting more to the brown. Test tube number 3. Not too much change from when we started. That's the potato starch, which looks pretty similar to the blue we started with. Looks like I heated some of the starch on the bottom, some chunks, and hardened it. Alright, number 4. That looks nice. Number 4 was cream. We've got kind of a more of a yellow, but that one's not on our list. Probably put that more on the orangish yellow range. Put precipitate in there. Number 5. Is our 7-Up. This is what you're drinking when you're drinking 7-Up. Got almost kind of a brown sugar coloration in there. Number 6. That's my diet 7-Up. No change. Not surprising, since diet is not supposed to have sugar. Number 7, that was our glucose solution. Glucose, as we know, is a simple sugar, the building blocks of many of our bigger carbohydrates, such as glycogen and starch, cellulose. And again, it's kind of a reddish brown color. Number 8. Number 8 was our fructose. Fructose, if you didn't know, is actually termed as the sweetest sugar. In human taste bud standards. Number 9, got a nice orange there. It's our lemon juice. And number 10, potato starch. Just plain starch, actually. Looks like a red precipitates in that one. So I'm guessing a lot of you will want to see these lined up together. So if it helps, I will try to do that without spilling it too much. Most of you are waiting for the catastrophe to happen right now. Number 4 here is kind of our out group here. There might have been some contamination in that cream. Alright, so here they are all lined up, and one thing they'd like you to do in your lab is to rate these with the amount of sugar that they have based on our results with the Benedicts solution. Try to block that light there so you can see a little bit better. But, this is test tube 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So go ahead and rate those with their color. Another one of the questions they're going to ask you is, what was the purpose of our distilled water? The word control should come to mind with that one. Alright, we're going to move on to the next part.